opening up with some pretty fun grenade throws that I had. Just decided to put these together to open up this video, but what I'm really going to talk about is tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, yeses and nos. Less about strategy and more about little tactics that I've noticed that are working well for me. As we all know, I'm no professional player, but I have some good nights and I have some bad nights. First off, I would say, oh, look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I would say, watch your gameplay. Everybody has the theater to use now in Black Ops. Go back and watch your games, because things become deadly obvious when you do that. You don't notice them while you're playing, but you'll notice the stupid things that you're doing or the things that you're doing correctly. And that really is going to be the most beneficial to you. That and a headset. If you don't have a headset, save your money, get a headset. It is a huge thing. Sound is really underrated in these games. It's something I use all the time. I think it's hilarious that I'm making this video right now because I have been sucking ass lately. And something I try to remember is that this game is really random. There are a lot of factors you cannot control, like the internet or the type of people you're playing, or maybe you're just tired. But I've started to notice that if I just take a second and slow it down and remember some of these things that I'm talking about in this video, I'll tend to get my game back. Sometimes, if I haven't already thrown the controller against the wall. But let's move on. To tips and tricks. Alright, first off, learn to strafe when you're in a gun battle up close. I know this seems really obvious, but I started noticing that I was almost coming to a halt when I would see somebody up close. And I've learned to sort of whip around either the left or right side, just keep my feet moving during an up-close gun battle, and it is a serious help when you're up close. Watch this guy's feet. They're planted perfectly still, and I just walk right around him. If you keep yourself moving, you are a harder target. And once again, I know it's obvious, but watch your games. I bet you might not be doing. Just keep... Let's have to play this clip out. I can't believe I got all these guys. So make yourself a harder target. Alright, next up is using the left thumbstick to aim at distance, to adjust your aim. This is something a friend of mine, MaBase, told me about, and it's basically not using the right thumbstick but the left thumbstick to adjust your aim. You'll see it works pretty well. I sort of rock back and forth, as you can see in these clips, at distance, and it's a really big help, I've noticed. If I use the right, you tend to over-adjust, and this is just kind of moving your feet left and right. Next up is use cover. Now I know that seems really obvious too, but I started noticing I was running around without ever using it properly. Right here I'm using this wall to sort of shield me from those guys on the right and wait for them to filter out around it. And I know there's more spawning over there, so I'm going to get back here, call in my spy plane and counter spy plane, and then pop back out and shoot using cover, rather than trying to take them head on. In example number 2, see, I catch somebody out of the corner of my eye, and the best thing to do is to grab cover here on the left, aim down sight, and creep around the corner. Take him out. He didn't have any cover, I did, he lost. That's typically the way it's going to work. Here's probably my best example. 2 guys up in this window. I'm way out in the open. Best thing to do, grab the closest cover. Wait for him to reload. Take him out. Alright, next one up. Prefire the corner. What I mean by that is start shooting before you round the corner. This guy could be turned around facing me, so I'm going to start firing before I run out. But obviously he wasn't. My teammate got him. But somebody does it right here, right afterwards. Runs right through. Yeah, he wasn't facing me, but you get the point, right? Okay, next tactic I like to call the bank shot. And this is using your tactical grenade and banking it off of an object to get it closer to your enemy. Because the closer they are to your enemy, the brighter the flash will be, the more they'll be stunned, and the better use it is to you. Here's another example. I noticed this guy's C4. He's around the corner. I was going to shoot it, but he triggers it thinking I'm still there. So to get the upper hand, I'm going to bank this thing off. They have a lot of spring to them, right in front of his face. And I take him out. So next up is more of a don't than anything else. Don't stack up with your teammate when you go through a door. You're going to get shot. Let them go through and get shot, and then counterattack. It's a much better plan. And you should always expect 2 or 3 people to come through the door and reload appropriately, which I did not do here. Reloaded instead of grabbing that second guy, which was really stupid. I could probably show you 100 clips of this. It happens constantly. So wait to reload, use all the bullets in your magazine. You can normally get 2 kills out of 1 assault rifle magazine or more. And try to calm down that itchy reload finger. I know I have trouble with it. Okay, so this one's a little less obvious and a little harder to explain, but I kind of grab a little piece of cover and reload, reset myself after almost every kill if there's nobody right in front of me. So it's sort of like a reset moment before you move on. This clip is probably better. Take this guy out. I'm going to reset by tucking in the corner, reloading, assessing for a second, and popping back out. I know they're over here on the corner. Okay. Hi-Fi Nice stacking up. Good job, guys. Grab this guy on the right. Pop back under cover for a second. Reload. Guy up on the scaffolding. Shoot him. Pop around this corner. Reload. And I see on the radar is a guy right around the corner. Ambush him. Take him out. Same thing here. Use my little foot tactic. See this guy for a second. Ambush him. The next one's going to be sort of leaving a situation alone that's not to your advantage. I saw this guy on the stairs and decided I could take him, which was stupid, because he has all the cover and I don't. And he's laying down, camping, probably waiting for me. That is a bad situation, and I should have left it and moved on. Okay, since we're talking about a bad situation, let's talk about getting a vendetta against somebody that just killed you. It's not a good idea to go back and do that. I just stabbed this guy. I know he's going to come back, so I'm going to wait just for a second till I hear him, pop out and take him. Yep, same dude. And now he's dead twice instead of once. Alright, so this clip sort of molds 2 ideas together. The one I just talked about and also dealing with Claymores. I kill this guy here. I'm going to set a Claymore on the steps because I know somebody's going to come back. My teammates are all on the other side of the board. And I'm going to wait just a second, see if I can find anybody up here. And boom, his teammate actually triggers it. And expecting him to come through the door, he does, and he gets killed again instead of getting me back. Not smart. Okay, so Claymores. Since I used that last one as a trap, this one is kind of an illustration of what not to do. You need to be aware of those 2 red lines and make sure that they're not giving you away rather than protecting your ass. I actually think Claymores are better used almost in a random location where you're not at, where just like a high traffic area. Just place it and let it be, and hopefully you'll get a kill. A lot of times when you're trying to use them to protect your ass, they actually are more harmful than good. Okay, so next up, it really does pay to not run around the corner. This guy's charging it, I'm not charging it. He gonna die. And that's just kind of the way it goes. You don't have to raise your gun up, he does, and it works to your benefit. So I'm going to take my time here. I know they're all spawning in this back corner. You can kind of see how I'm sort of checking, waiting, a little bit of caution, and then I can ambush them from the side here. Using my little reset tactic there, a little bit of cover, get a couple more kills. And now I can hear this guy coming around the left side. He probably knows where I'm at, so I'm going to pop out without running. He's probably running, and ambush him. You can also do it sort of head on like this, where I bait this guy into hitting the run button really quick. Okay, so this is kind of a do and don't. I do not like to use kill streaks that leave me exposed. Like this guy using an RC car. What's going to happen? You're going to get killed. And then your kill streaks are over with. You can't pile them up anymore. And the car is also kind of a dead giveaway of where you're at. I know that this car just launched from over in this direction. He's still driving it around. Of course I can hear it. So he's over here somewhere, completely exposed. Yep. Easy kill. And guess what? No more kill streaks for him. So that's as high as he's going to get. 3 kills. He's not going to get anything over top of that. Yeah, I guess maybe if you're using a chopper gunner, it's a little different because you're already up to that many kills. But if you're using something like this or Valkyrie rockets, a lot of times you're going to die while you're using them. Do us all a favor and throw up a spy plane. Your teammates will be happier with you than you getting that one little kill you got with your RC car. Okay, so I know that I've talked about this in the past, but I'm going to do it again here. Strategic pausing, as I like to call it. Taking your time and waiting for the enemy to come to you when you know that they are coming to you. Is it different? It's different than camping. Camping, you lay down on the ground, you look at one door, you bore the shit out of everyone. Strategic pausing is what I'm doing right here. I'm surrounded by the team. If you look at the mini-map, I'm not quite sure which direction they're headed. So instead of just charging through the door, heading towards the nearest red dot, I'm kind of assessing the movement I see on the mini-map every time the wave goes over. I'm looking to see what direction they're heading, and I'm trying to take them out one by one. And once again, I've said this in the past, but it's not Modern Warfare 2. The rushing style, at least for me, doesn't work very well in this game. Not in Black Ops. Here's another really good example. I'm just going to sit here and rack up these kills because I can kind of see on the mini-map that they're starting to spawn over there on the right. And these guys, I guess they were not very good, but you know, that's the power of the silencer. I'm not showing up on the radar, trying to stay hidden. Remember, they always come in twos. You're definitely not going to hear me talk about which weapon is better than which because I don't think that's relevant at all. I think knowing where your teammates are, where the enemies are, is way more relevant than do you think the FAMAS is better than the Galil, because I don't think it really matters. I think you pick the perks that work best for the way you like to play, and that's all there is to it. So right now I can still hear them. This area is about done, but I can still hear that they're running up on these rocks here, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what's happening. Teammate's a dead giveaway that he was being chased, so I waited for that, and then he's going to become my meat shield. Yeah, it's a little shitty, I know, but I'm going to try to save him before this guy coming up the steps. Oh, sorry, buddy. And see, now this area is dead. I got to go somewhere else on the map. Okay, so this is probably the most important thing I have to say, and that's learn to stop and assess your situation constantly. I know it sounds obvious, but a lot of times you get pissed off, you get carried away, and you just start running looking for someone to shoot rather than thinking. So here I see there's 4 people upstairs, and I have to take a second. First I start to just go in guns blazing, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Let them all enter that room. Set a Claymore in case somebody comes back around the corner. Wait for a second. See where they are. I see that they're in 3 different parts of the room. So I'm going to flash and flank all the way around the outside, working in a semicircle around them. Taking out one at a time, so I'm only taking on one at a time rather than all 3 at once. And god damn does that feel good. Pull something like that off. Feels pretty damn good. And now that that's over, it's time for me to stop and assess the situation and see where they're at again. Which I didn't do very well. Well, hopefully that helps a few of you out, maybe. I appreciate you guys checking out the videos, and I would love to get some more subscribers, so if you could help me out by posting on a forum or a website or something, I would really appreciate it. This is Editor D saying, what's up?